Hi. So today I'm going to be doing a new K-pop tag called the If You tag, and the idea was created by Shower360, and in one of the Google Hangout chats, she asked me and Angels 2014 if we wanted to make it a collaborative tag. So basically she had the whole premise of it and a few questions, and we helped create the rest of the questions for the tag. So there's 14 questions in total, and basically all of them start with if you could blah da 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 da. So there's a lot. There's 14 questions, as I said, and I'm not even gonna lie. I had to take a good minute to think about some of these answers because this tag is not one where you can easily just be like, there's my answers and I'm done. You really have to think about it because there's a lot of stuff in K-pop, a lot of stuff you could change or that could be changed, that should be changed or whatever. So you really have to get your gears turning to really come up with some answers. It took me a few good days to really think about everything. But I finally reached some of the questions, and if you want to do the tag, you are free to do the tag. No one's telling you can't do the tag. Let's either Shower360, Angels 2014, or me know that you participated in the lovely tag. We would be more than happy and excited to hear your answers on what you chose for these questions. So I'm gonna start. So, question number 1. Hana. If you could trade songs from your bias group with another group, what song would that be? So, I was thinking, and I had originally had something different, but then I scratched it because I thought that could be an interesting little switch. So, I chose to switch Infinite and EXO songs. And you're gonna be like, huh? But hear me out of this. So for EXO, I would let them sing Bad by Infinite. It has that kind of dark sound at the same time where it's still kind of khaki, which Bad, not saying they sound the same, but this kind of style reminded me of Overdose. So I feel like EXO, they could have a shot of pulling off Bad and making it amazing. And for Infinite, I gave them Love Me Right by EXO because out of all the title songs that EXO has performed, I feel like Love Me Right is the closest one that could semi-resemble Infinite's style of music. So I feel like they could have a good shot of pulling off Love Me Right because both groups have the vocals to make the song poppin', and they have the dancers to make the song poppin', and they have the rap to make the song poppin', even though there's not really a rap for Bad, but yeah. So that was question number 1. Question number 2 is, if you could make your group re-record an album, what album would it be? Well, this question was freaking difficult because I was like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I finally remembered the bullshit. Teen Top's Roman. I would have them re-record it, and I would have them divvy up these lines because that album was in the beginning when Neil was singing 75% of the song, and Ricky and Chang Joe had a second of singing. Ricky would just be like, yeah, super love or whatever, and that'd be his only part. So they should re-record Roman and give everyone a fair shot of singing, and we could be on our happy little way. I know Super Love is not on Roman, but that was the only thing that came to my mind as an example. But you get what I'm saying. Number 3 is, if you could erase an album from a group's discography, what would it be? Ooh. So, y'all know I love A-Pink, but I would erase Pink Memory, That Today, up to now, is the only A Pink album that they have released that I really just did not get into. I've listened to it multiple times and gave it multiple chances, and that album just not is not doing it for me. I only really like two songs, Fortune Telling Petal and What a Boy Wants. The rest of the album, I'm just like, I feel like they could have done a lot better because it was a second full length album. So my expectations were really high because I was excited because it was a full length album and it really let me down. So I would delete that one from their discography. Number 4 is if you could have a K pop group do a Korean cover of a Western song, what song would it be and what group? Going on the trend of funky beat breakdowns, I think that 4 Minute could do a cover of Fifth Harmony's Worth It because that saxophone breakdown is popping, and I feel like 4 Minute could bust out some sick ass dance moves and be bad bitches like they are. And this is like so random because I was like, well, it could work because back when I heard this song, way back when, I thought of K-pop. So One Direction and K-pop. Oh my god, you're mixing them. Oh my gosh. Yeah. With Last First Kiss, which is off their Take Me Home album, I thought that the song sounded very much like something that a K-pop group could do, and I feel like EXO could sing that song and make it amazing because that song is really pretty, and I feel like EXO could do it justice. Question number 5 is if you could take a group from one label and put them on another, what label and group? So, I'm going to remove After School from Pledis because Pledis does not know what they want to do with After School, and I will move them to Top Media. And you're going to be like, why Top Media? I feel like Top Media will be able to utilize it, and After School deserves to be on a better record label that would pay attention to them. And I feel like Top Media is kind of growing up more since they have 100% Uptension, Teen Top, no girl groups. They don't have a girl group, so I feel like After School could be that first girl group, and they could do some pretty cool things with them. Question number 6 is if you could make your own group, who would you have in the following position? So the positions are 2 lead vocalists, 1 rapper, 1 maknae, 1 leader, 1 dancer, and 1 visual. And you can't have a duplicate from a group. So no, like 5 members of BTS and like 2 members of EXO. That's not, no. So for my vocals, I have chosen, excuse me, Baekhyun and IU. Their voices are Solange, and they can be that powerhouse. And then for the rapper, which was kind of difficult for me, I chose at the end Suga from BTS because I feel like he deserves a little more shine. So I chose him. For the maknae, I know he's not really the maknae, but in my group he would be the maknae because he's young as hell. I would choose Mingyu of 17 because I feel like he could get on it with that popularity that 17 is getting. And for the leader, I chose Taeyeon from Girls' Generation because I think she's a really amazing leader and she's been able to lead the group through all these fabulous years that Girls' Generation has been around, and she could be that leader and keep it all in check. And for the dancer, I chose Infinite's Hoya because I love Hoya's dancing, and I feel like for the most part, unless you're like an in spirit, you don't really think of Hoya as one of your favorite dancers. So give my baby some time to shine. And then for my visual, I chose the nation's little princess, Susie from Miss A, because everyone seems to love Susie and her looks is flawless. And she is a popular actress and person in K-pop, so she would be my visual, and that is my group. So then we have the next question, which is question number 7. And it is, if you could bring back a group that disbanded, who would it be? I'm choosing C Clown because they deserved so much that they didn't get to do, and I really didn't want them to disband. And I'm gonna be a little mean about it, but just because Rome left, why did the whole group have to crumble? Like, someone else couldn't step up to that spot to be the leader and they couldn't keep going? That doesn't make sense because when Kahi left after school, Jungha stepped up to the beat and was the leader, and they were just fine until Pledis dropped the ball on their ass. So, C Clown, I wish they would come back because they had so much ahead of them and so much potential that they just really didn't get to show. So, number 8 is, if you could have any international artist perform with a group or solo artist, who would they be? So, first off, I chose Ailey, and I would want her to perform with Mariah Carey because two vocal powerhouses singing a duet together, that would be killing it, and I would be for it. And I chose another one because I thought it would be a really interesting duo, and I would really be here for it. I chose none other than one of the R&B amazingnesses of Mary J. Blige, and I want her to do a duet with Dio from EXO because Dio has that velvet R&B made vocals, and Mary J. Blige is that R&B soul hip hop queen. And I feel like they two could do a really slamming duet together. And I would be all for it. Number 9 is, if you could have a group that lost members come back, who would it be? And at first, I was going to choose my obvious answer, which is Tao, Luhan, and Chris to come back to EXO. But then I got to thinking, and I thought, if they had never left EXO, we would never have gotten Tao's amazing solo music. And if they had never left EXO, Luhan would not be going to be making a Hollywood movie, The Great Wall. And if they had never left EXO, Chris would not have played in that NBA All-Star game for the Canada team, looking up to Drake, winning a score. So I said no. And who I want to come back is Jessica to Girls' Generation because I feel like how she left the group and everything was just weird and stuff, and I feel like she deserves to come back because I liked her. She's my second bias in Girls' Generation, and I feel like she should still be there. So, number 10, if you could put together a once-in-a-lifetime concert, who would be on the lineup? You can only have 7 to 10 maximum. So, I'm going to be, like, so biased and choose all my favorites. So, who I want for the concert is Infinite, EXO, IU, B1A4, A-Pink, SNSD, 17, and BTS. Them 8 would slay my life, and I feel like it's diverse enough that other people would be there and they would see their favorites. So we would have an amazing time jamming out to all their hits and getting our life. Yeah. So then we have question number 11. If you could have 2 companies collaborate on a project, who would it be? So, the 2 companies I chose are 2 of the powerhouses in K-pop. I choose YG, and I would want them to collaborate with SM, and you're gonna be like, huh? Because a lot of their groups don't seem like they would match well together, but I feel like if they pulled certain people from certain groups and put their strengths together, they could really make some moves. So I thought something like taking Baekhyun and D.O. and pairing them with Daesung and Taeyang, they could form like a vocal quartet of perfection, or like a FX and 21 collaboration, and they could do something funky but badass and just rock the stage. Like, yes. And then you could have like, I don't know, like, shit. You could have like some members of Super Junior with Big Bang, with Winner, or Shiny collaborating with Winner. And like Icon could do something, like they could have some members of Icon perform with Red Velvet, and it would just be really interesting, really unexpected, and all in all, really good. So, number 12 is, if you could have two idols on We Got Married that broke up, who would it be? So, people that dated in K-pop that broke up, who would you want to be on We Got Married? And I'm gonna be really shady and choose Baekhyun and Taeyeon because I feel like I want to see just how awkward they could be to each other, because I have my opinions on that, and yeah. So, number 13 is, if you could erase one idol scandal forever, who would it be and what scandal? This one was a really tough question because I was really racking my brain, like, what scandal do I want to erase? And I finally came to a conclusion. It's not so much of an idol, but it's involved an idol that was the cause of the scandal, which is some complete bullshit. I would want to erase Baekhyun's older brother's wedding scandal when all those damn EXO sasaengs crashed the wedding just to get a little pictures of EXO ruining someone's freaking wedding. This is not no sneaking into the bathroom or sneaking into their dorm to steal some underwear. This was crazy delusional fans that could not care two shits what the event was. They crashed his brother's wedding, and that is just the lowest of the low, disrespectful bullshit. Anybody that was a part of that still considers themselves an XOL, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Y'all aren't real bitches. Y'all ain't real. Y'all are some phony fans, and I feel so embarrassed that y'all even did something like that. Like, how could you do something like that? You really gonna sneak into someone's wedding that's not famous just to take some pictures of EXO? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Y'all are whack for that. And if you disagree, well then, you know what? Get you some morals. Okay. That was like a real big rant. But that just really pissed me off. Shit. He deserved to have this wedding in fucking peace. Alright. Question 14. The last question is, where did it go? If you could swap members in one group with members in another group, who would it be? And this one really fucking was difficult for me because I was like, who would I choose? Who would I choose? And in the end, I chose Jackson from GOT7, and I would switch him to BTS because he could bring another, like, he's a good dancer, he's funny, and I feel like he could really stand in with BTS. And who would I move from BTS to GOT7? Well, first off, JYP said something about them trying to be like a hip-hop acrobatic group, and they have the acrobatics, but they really don't have a solid rapper. Like, sorry, Jackson, Bam Bam, and Mark, but none of y'all are that really great at rapping. No shots fired, because I love me some GOT7. So I would take Suga from from BTS and put him in GOT7, because then they would have a solid rapper, and I feel like he might be able to pull off his own in GOT7. So that is who I picked. So that was the If You K-pop tag, and some of my answers are kind of like, what? But it made sense to me. And yeah, so I hope you guys do the tag, and y'all are tagged if you're watching this video. So please do the video. Have a lot of fun doing it. And let us know if you do the tag, because I would be so happy to check out your video and your answers, because I know everyone is going to have something different and think of something different, and it's going to be amazing. So thank you again, Shabo360, for including me to be a part of this collaborative tag, and I will see you all on the next video. That rant for the scandal, though, I was like getting a little heated, so I'm gonna calm all the way down and enjoy my dinner and watch me some Love and Hip Hop. I will see you on the next video. Bye. Oh, I wore this shirt to the EXO concert. Isn't it beautiful? Bye.